Hi, my name is Jordy, and I've been in Wellspring since I was 4. When I was probably 5, I met Talisa Covey, and me and her started the same day, and we didn't really know each other because we were little kids, but I remember playing around like with toys, just playing around and having fun. And as years went on, like I kept coming back to Wellspring, and I would always see her. And then I moved, and I didn't see her anymore. So that was one connection that I had with somebody. She was more like a best friend back then. And when I came back, we started going to the same school, which made it even better. So when the summer came, we both showed up at Wellspring. It's like, wow. We started here, and now we ended up here again as we're getting older. So that's a connection I don't think I would have had. So she's a best friend that I've had all my life here at Wellspring. So Wellspring's provided my best friend for me.
And if you look here at this picture, Froggy has a saxophone. Somebody has the beaver here has the drums.
My most favorite part of the camp is getting to know the kids because we have them coming from all sides of town, different personalities. It's just great. Different backgrounds, so it's a great learning experience. The skills that I have learned, getting skills from the school system and bringing them back to Wellspring Summer Camp, I would have to say patience and different ways of trying to keep the kids involved. I get different ideas from the school system and try to bring them here at our program.
Sometimes we get to have fun day and we get to do music, art, reading, math, and sometimes we get to do dancing and music and yoga. It's an amazing day. Sometimes I go to yoga. I tell the teacher sometimes that boys don't really like to do yoga much. Sometimes I go to music and dance. I do reading, art, and I color a lot.
I have a good connection with PJ. He's one of the counselors, and he tells me, he's like, you know what, if you need help, I'll help you, and he gives me good advice, and so do the other counselors. And I really appreciate it. I honestly do.
My history with Wellspring, I started in the program when I was actually 9 years old. Lois, who is now the director of the youth department, was my first coordinator. So I've been in the camp since I was 16, and then I started working here when I was 18, and I've been working here ever since, every summer. It's a really fun, relaxing camp. There's always things to do. All the staff is great. They were always really good to me. When I was a kid, my favorite aspect was just being outside and playing and interacting with everybody else. And I think that now that's still my favorite aspect of it. And just because I've had kids in my group now that I had when I was working with the 2nd through 4th grade, and it was interesting watching some of them grow up in the paths that they've taken, and it's really awesome to see them grow up as teenagers. My plans for the future is right now I'm in school for biochemistry, and I plan on doing research and development as a biochemist.
I get to have a lot of fun. My favorite thing is art.
My favorite thing about camp is when I have fun and I get to see my friends.
Wellspring is about having fun and being encouraging and just having a good time when you're not at home.
I'm really glad that I get to have this opportunity to be here.
Our counselors aren't just like counselors. They're like, one is like a mom, or one's like an aunt, or one's like a special uncle or a cousin. Everybody's like family. It's not just a camp. It's a family organization.
Fun. Friends. Amazing.
It was the best day I ever went to.
Blessing.
Amazing.
If I could describe Wellspring in one word, it would be exciting.
If I had to describe Wellspring Summer Camp in one word, I have to say awesome.
My name is Yolanda Lane, and I've been coming to Wellspring for 3 years. When I lost my husband, for so many years, I was completely lost. I was too sad to stay at home. And when this wonderful lady, 106 years old, he said, well, Yolanda, I'm going to a place that's called Wellspring, and you're gonna feel much better if you go there. So I came, and sure enough, I've been here ever since. I love to come over here.
And down.
At Wellspring, we do exercises in the morning, and we do bingo at lunch. We have lunch. We have different conferences about health, nutrition, and I love coming here. Everybody seems like if they love to see you coming, and they greet you with a hug or a kiss and tell you how nice to see you that day. Yes, I like that. Socialize is more important to me. This program gives you some incentive to come and use the best that you got. I met a person here at Wellspring 3 years ago, and I was a widow, and he too. So we met, and I never thought that I'm gonna find love again at 72 years old. And not just me, there are 2 more couples that met here, and they're going together now. Isn't it something that you just come because you are so sad, you want to get out of your house, and then you find somebody that you fall in love? Sometimes I feel funny because I say, Jesus, I wasn't looking for nobody. But I found somebody special. I love it. I love it, to be honest with you, sweetheart. I love this place.
We're just trying to help people help themselves by giving them the best well-rounded diet that we can provide. How many in the family?
5.
Our clients are people that, like all of us, have circumstances that come up, and they are looking for help, not a handout, but help in improving those circumstances, and that's where Wellspring comes in. We give dignity and we give hope. Got it, Dolores. We're good. Okay, we'll see what you think.
My name's Kristina Gaspar. I have Daniel, who's 13, I have Rose, who's 10, and I have Cheyenne, who's 8. My children have benefited being in the after-school program because they're in a very secure, safe place. I've never had an issue. The staff has always been very welcoming, and it's just been a very positive experience for all of us. I see them having a good time where they don't have to worry about being safe. They know they're in a good area. They know, there's wonderful staff who cares about them as individuals and as in a group. And they're around their friends where they know they can play and talk and just be themselves. The staff at Wellspring is just, sorry, I get emotional. They're all so wonderful. They are a true blessing. The staff has been a blessing because any issue, they know how to reach us. They can reach us immediately. Wellspring is a miracle because it's like God shining. Before I knew Wellspring, my husband was making more income. And, it was me being at home and a homemaker, and my kids going to school where, it was on the richer side of town, but they weren't learning what they needed to learn, the way they should. My son had ADHD, and the teachers were, able to help me. The doctors weren't able to help me. And then when he lost his job, we ended up in government housing, and my kids ended up at Studi, which was a stepping stone for us meeting Wellspring. And then my kids had somewhere where I could start rebuilding my life, and they had somewhere safe where they could go in Wellspring. And now it's been a little in there. My son started in 3rd grade. He's in 8th grade now.
They've been going ever since my kids were, I don't know honestly how many years. It's been years since they've been going to Wellspring. And we've been able to get out of government housing. And I've been able to, get a house and support my family. If Wellspring wasn't there, how would I be able to, find somewhere and be able to afford to pay the gas to go across town, and then, my kids be somewhere safe and or having to worry about them. I mean, unfortunately, hear in the news about things happening in daycares, and at Wellspring, I don't have to worry about that. My kids are safe. You can see the reaction between the staff and the children. When there's a sparkle, you're in a great place. And when you feel that you're at home and you're not, what more can you ask for?